Changers Media Network, Game Changers Magazine, Voices of the Village, with Councilman Rufus Stewart. How you doing today, Deacon Stewart?
I'm doing good today. How about yourself?
Good.
Great.
It's always good to sit down with a gem of the community, a asset of the community, and all the great things that you've done in the community. You have a park named after you. You work with the youth in the community.
Right.
You serve on the deacon board of Shallow, and you're also a city councilman of the City of McDonough. Correct?
Correct.
All right. Tell us who is Rufus Stewart in your journey and how you got started on the journey that you are today.
Okay. Well, Rufus Stewart on that journey. It's been a long journey. Actually, I got started in the 9th grade in high school.
Okay.
It'd be a school that called the Henry County Senior High School.
Okay.
Miss Reese, she was my language art teacher, and we was in classroom one day, and she asked the question, "What do you want to be?" You know, she wanted to write a paper, "What you want to be?" And I probably like to say, "I want to be the president." And she said, "You sure?" I said, "I'm sure. Just time with you right now. I want to be the president." And so she was in charge of the student council advisor.
Okay.
And I was not, on that board, but me and myself and Shirley Fletcher, we volunteered to be a voice for our students also. And we took that journey on, and from that journey, I began to take interest in leadership.
Okay.
And I was vice president of the Tri-High, it's a Christian club at school.
Okay.
And from that, I just went from that to this, In 1989, I ran for election. I ran for Justice of Peace, in which I lost. And then the next 4 years came around, it's city council town.
Okay.
And I ran for city council, and I won.
Okay.
And that was 1989. And Mr. Edward Head, bless his soul, he passed on now.
Okay.
And he told me, he said, when you win city council, it's going to be up to you to say when it's over with. And I said, no, Mr. Head, don't work that way, we have election every year. He said, let me look at your ears. Do you have any, do you have earplugs in? And I said, no, I don't have earplugs in. But did you hear what I said? I said, it's going to be up to you when it's over with. And so believe it or not, here come to this month, November, it becomes 35 years.
Oh, wow.
And I'm still serving with proud, and I do not take this journey at city council lightly. I take it very serious. All I do, I take it very serious, because when I look at my neighbors, look at my community, I want to make a difference in our community, in our young people's, their lives. That's what I do daily, even in my church life. That's what I do, trying to work hard to make a difference in our neighborhoods.
Now, Councilman Stewart, you talked about being in your church, and one way that I met you when I came into we're from the same community, Southeast Georgia.
Okay.
Southeast Georgia 912, really.
Okay.
I met you at Shallow Baptist Church.
Correct.
Pivotal deacon at the church, and at the time, Shallow was transitioning into some of the things that you do in the community, and that's working with the youth.
Right.
You have a park named after yourself.
Correct.
Right across from Shallow Baptist Church. Tell us, what was that transition like, building a youth center for Shallow Baptist Church, and it connecting with your part to reach the youth in the community, and the value of that?
Oh, it means a lot, dealing with youth. When I started with youth as a Boy Scout, troop master.
Okay.
Back in the day, I carried the kids, the young fellows, I carried them for the Lake Thunder, which is in Zebulon, Georgia. And I spent some time, me and Monte Brown, we spent some time there building our youth. And then a lot of time when I go to the park and in the neighborhood, I'm watching, I'm looking, I said, now what can I do to make the youth better than they are already, And so first, I set an example. You got to be an example. They see you. And now some people ask me, what did you do for the park to be named after you? I say, it was one night at a meeting at City Hall. She's the mayor now, Mayor Vinson. She was the city council.
Okay.
And she said, now I don't want you to say anything. I want you to just keep your mouth closed. I said, now what have I done? I thought I did something,
Yes,
and
sir.
she said, I said, what have I done? She said, just keep your mouth closed. You just listen. I said, I'm a good listener. Okay. and she made a motion to make the Paul named Rufus L. Stewart Paul. And I just, it just did something to me, what honor that was for me, because I don't do anything for just a name, because I tell people already, it was a friend of my mama, she named me Rufus Stewart a long time ago,
right.
And I tell them that I already have a name,
right.
I don't need that, but I do for the community, and I do it out of proud, because I love, doing stuff, even at our church and everywhere else I can do it,
Right.
And what I want to do when I'm doing stuff, I always do this here, and they say, "What you doing?" This right hand right here. Mm-hmm. When I'm talking to them, I always take this right hand and do this, and then bring it back. Do this and bring it back. They say, what are you doing? I said, I'm here, but I always reach back at the other young people to bring them forward. To make sure that they arrive,
Right.
And that's what I've been doing all the time, I'm reaching back.
Okay.
When I'm reaching back to make sure this person had that level, and that's what I do.
Now, Councilman Deacon Stewart, let's talk about that part. It's located in Blacksville, Georgia.
Blacksville, Georgia. Mm-hmm.
It's ever since I moved here, Blacksville has had that stereotype of the troubled kids, the troubled youth.
Right.
The area of where everybody seems to dump their resources at, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And a lot of times you have different organizations who come in and they come help for a period of time. Mm-hmm. But you've been right there in the Blacksville community for a number. You actually live in the community.
Right. Definitely.
Tell us about the things that you're doing at that part that's transforming the lives of you.
Let me just move a little back for just a little bit before we go there. Okay. On that street, Simpson Street, they call it Blacksville. Okay. Where the precinct is, but J. Bootwell, he stayed there.
Okay.
And next door to the precinct, it was my aunt, Teddy Lee Pullen. She stayed there forever, And Ralph Pullen, they passed away now, and we just purchased that building there. But then myself, we stay right down the street there in a little house to the left, and a two-room house. I remember that, and we made it though. That's what you call it. They call it white civilian, the Blackfield, whatever.
Okay.
But I never knew this day that I'd be still standing and make sure that neighborhood, to be the best.
Wow.
From that park, And I see people all the time, the young people, so I go over there and I sit and I have conversation with them, And then a lot of time I go to the basketball court and we play basketball and we jive around. I said, I do you damn, whatever.
Right.
But the main thing I tell them after school, I said, now what did you learn today? What were your best subjects today in school? And he said, well, it wasn't too good. I said, but you got to help make it good, because what do you want to be in life?
Right.
And that's what I tell them, make sure that it's just the basketball court is good, but it's time to make preparation, conversation,
right.
If those that I can reach and stuff. And that's what I do.
And that's what you do. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to take a commercial break here. Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village, Councilman Rufus Stewart, City of McDonough. Y'all, you guys stay tuned. We're celebrating 200 years of the City of McDonough. We're going to get into that, but first we're going to capture some of the history that Councilman Stewart actually put in place.
Mm-hmm.
At Eagles Landing Diabetes and Endocrinology, our business is your health. Dr. Ronald S. Watts and his staff are dedicated to the pillars of quality health, such as equity, effectiveness, efficiency, integration, safety, timeliness, and people-centeredness. Eagles Landing Diabetes and Endocrinology specializes in the evaluation and treatment of diabetes and endocrine disorders. Thyroid, neck and parathyroid gland ultrasound examinations, and vascular examination for peripheral artery disease are just some of the services that Dr. Ronald S. Watts and his staff provide. Looking for treatment? We are currently accepting new patients. Eagles Landing Diabetes and Endocrinology accepts all major insurance. Give us a call at 770-389-9494 or visit us at 550 Eagles Landing Parkway, Suite 110, Stockbridge, Georgia. Eagles Landing Diabetes and Endocrinology. Our business is your health. Visit us at eldiabetes.org.
Big Chick King Stockbridge is now open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Start your morning off with a selection of biscuits and gravy, grits and eggs, to mouth-watering pancakes with bacon or sausage. It's your choice. Come dine in with us, take it to go carry out, or order online. Big Chick King is dedicated to serving our neighbors, family, and friends with our all-new Southern-style menu and the best fried chicken in South Atlanta Metro. Enjoy that good chicken with home-style cooked macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes and corn, vegetables, and green beans. Located at 1334 Highway 138 East in Stockbridge, Georgia, next to the Shell Plaza. We're open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sunday through Saturday. For more information, visit BigChickKing.com. The best fried chicken, hot and fresh out of the kitchen.
Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network. Councilman Deacon Rufus Stewart, and before we went to break, Deacon Stewart, you were talking about working in the community, serving in the community, because we all know that it's bigger than work in the community. We know that it requires serving. Give us some of the history of that Phillips Drive, Simpson Street, and that area.
Right.
Some of your experiences that you experienced.
Okay, I'm going to Carver Road now.
Okay.
That's where I really grew up on Carver Road.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and sad to say, yesterday we lost another pillar, Miss Jeanette Wings, and she was a pillar. And she talked to, I used to be portrayed to be a preacher, back in the day.
Right.
And we get on the poetry, we used to sing and all that good stuff, she enjoyed that. And so with that, she always told me that you're gonna be a leader, in which I became a leader. And then because we had people back then, we had older people back then, they was really about business. They made sure that we do what's right. Yes sir, no sir, ma'am, and all that, no ma'am, and all that stuff. They made sure that, like I said, Mr. Junior South, Phillip Drive. I remember when Carver Road was a dirt road. That's a dirt road, and we plap down the road and we have fun and we fight. But at the end of the day, we were friends again. And I wish that could happen today, because what we are experiencing today are, young people with guns and stuff. We didn't know anything about guns stuff. You have all that today. I'm switching from one to another one, Right. But I'm just saying that to say this, that the peoples that were in that neighborhood, they were respected peoples,
Okay.
in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And Phillip Drive itself, you be a dirt road. I remember that though, But I remember
It used to be a dirt road?
You be a dirt road, but I don't remember Phillip Drive being a dirt road. But I do remember Carver Road, all the area being a dirt road.
Okay.
And so, but on Phillip Drive, that was a historic place. It was just, a lot of black people, so they was living there, and we just had a good time, We had on one side of the road on Phillip Drive, every afternoon, on Sunday afternoon, we get out of church,
Right.
and we go in that field and we play baseball, football, and whatever, But it did even on Lewis Street, the same way. We did baseball and stuff and all that good stuff.
Okay.
And then where Mr. Jeffrey Thomas aunt stayed, and his baby grandmama stayed, on my home house,
Right.
right on the driveway where our house was on Carver Road. Guess what?
What's that?
I became a businessman. I used to name that the Stewart Candy Shop.
Okay.
I had my own candy shop, and what I do, I have people laugh. They say, "Yeah, the kids go to school, and you get all their money. And then when they come from school, you get the money again, because you said you rush home, you sell them candy stuff."
Right.
And that's why I became a business person. Mr. John Glenn and Mr. Nellis, they taught me how to do income tax.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Okay.
And so, and I learned how to do income tax and all the good stuff. And then one day he said, "Well, Rufus, I want you to do my income tax." John Glenn and Nellis. I said, "Okay, I'll do it." And when I got through with it, and they were satisfied with it, and he said, "Well, you owe me so and so." Now, we taught you how to do it, but you taught me how to be a businessman.
Right.
And so we laughed about that. And so those are good things. But when I look at Blacksville,
Okay.
I see a lot of good came from Blacksville.
Right.
A lot of knowledge, teachers. Back in the day, teachers, they was teachers. If you didn't do good at school, they would come to your house.
Okay.
And they would talk to your parents.
Okay.
But that does not happen today. And that's what happened to me. They came to my house and they taught my parents and stuff. And at school, when I get out of high school or school or whatever, I made sure I sit on that front porch and I did my homework. Then after I did my homework, I went to play.
Right.
And that's what Mama did it. You know, you got to do the homework first, and then you go play. Then you go do this here. Then you do your chores and stuff. We had a heater in our living room, and my daddy, that thing, sometimes that heater get red. It'd be hot up in there, you know. But that's what we came about.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
And out of that, you know, I had good people to come by our family. You know, they made it. You know, but it was a struggle.
Okay.
Cause a lot of time blue jeans, I used to wear my blue jeans, and she'd pull them off.
Right.
And she'd wash them again. Next day, you do the same thing.
Wow.
But what I did, I took it with pride, and I love my mom and dad because they made preparation, you know. But today, if the kids only knew,
Wow.
you know what it was like then, you know. Cause see, in the neighborhood that I stay in now, probably on it's Washington Street now, and they said, cause you get on Washington Street, just a little neighborhood, okay? People go over to Avalon in West Lake. They don't know anything. Some of them don't know anything about the town.
Right.
Because see, they always on the other side of town. They think 218 is the town, you know. But it was not the town. It was downtown, historic McDonough, you know.
Right.
We had grocery stores there. We had was Patrick. He ran a store, and a bunch more people ran stores, you know. Was Joe Ponder. They ran stores there.
They ran stores.
They did grocery stores and stuff.
Now let me ask you this, Councilman Stewart. Now, you were here serving as the district for the district of the Blacksfield community. I think it's District 5, right?
District 1.
District 1. District 1.
Right.
Okay. One of the closest districts that's close to the downtown square of the city of McDonough. Okay.
You're right.
I was talking to one of the guys who grew up, you know, around the age frame that I grew up yesterday, and he was saying that it was almost forbid for black people to be in the square
Right.
during that time. Now, you've seen where it was a time where black people were afraid to be in the square, to now we have a diverse culture in the square,
Right.
where that's tell us about the process of that and that demographic, how that changed and went about.
That's a good question there. But back then, you know, I used to be working at Henderson Furniture
Okay.
store back down at furniture store.
Yes, sir.
And every morning I'd get up and come to work, and on my little post I sit.
Okay.
And then one morning I was sitting, you know, waiting for the store to open, and I just looked at McDonald's as it was, okay, then. And I looked at McDonald's and I said to myself, I said, damn it, one day I'm gonna hit run McDonald's. and I said it real proud, you know, because I had, you know, I seen something that I want to help change, you know.
Right.
Because it's a Fiddle 66, it was a McDonough, you know, so that was a service station, and you go by there, you know, seen a lot of people just sitting there talking, you know, whatever, you know, they was of other race, you know.
Right.
But I was learning, you know, but Zach Henderson, he had a grocery store.
Okay.
When I worked for him, I was learning. And I remember one day back to Henderson Furniture Company, one day I came in, you know, dust furniture like I used to do.
Right.
And we having a big sale, furniture sale.
Okay.
And then, you know, one of the salesperson said, he was over there with customers, you know. He said, Rufus, why don't you take this contract and you fill the contract out? That's when I started learning.
Okay.
I said, if he can do it, I can do it.
Right.
And so I filled the contract out and I blah, blah. Then one of my school teachers, Miss Hill,
Okay.
Gladys Hill,
Okay.
she came in there one day and she was a school teacher, came out of school, you know, and she said, Rufus, you can do this? I said, you taught me how to do it. You know, I said, you taught me how to do this. Because I was a good listener, you know.
Right.
Even on city council now, I was a great listener, and I seen a lot of stuff that I seen what happened. Though I'm a person, you know, a few words.
Right.
But I'm a person of a lot of action.
Exactly.
That's what I do. That's what I do. A lot of action, you know.
Now I remember, and I must say you are a man of action because I remember like you basically pulling through community organizations for the City of McDonough to partner with community organizations. I think you were pivotal in the basketball program that just went about.
Right.
You also were pivotal in the beginning of the Streets of Gentlemen journey. I remember coming in here and we were asking the city to partner with us, and at the time, under the leadership, we just couldn't get that city partnership, but you stepped up and you said, you know, I'll put my resources up to make sure that this organization thrives. And right now we're celebrating 9 years. Now,
9 years.
When it comes to community partnering with the City of McDonough, how important is that for you to shine light on other community organizations that are partnering with the city in order so that the city can thrive and be effective and show that collaborativeness amongst community?
That is very important. That's very, very, very important to me.
Okay.
That we, partner together.
Right.
Because see, when I go to a conference, you know, from city to city, maybe even the national leader city, from state to state.
Wow.
I don't go there just to vacation. But I go there to learn stuff, to bring back stuff from other states and other cities to sort of share with our people, you know, to make sure we thrive.
Okay.
And make sure this city here continue to grow. And make sure this city here and our young people and even our seniors make sure that they, you know, have what they need.
Yeah.
And that's why I do stuff, you know.
Absolutely.
And when you know, last year, it made my heart just burn, feel good last year to see all those kids, 200 kids on that basketball court.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, it made me really feel good. It was nothing I did by myself. You just took the whole council to do it.
Right.
But it just made me feel good. I was out there. I was doing whatever I do. If I got to direct traffic, every now and then, even though I don't know a lick about basketball, I try to referee.
Right.
You know, I try to do it all. You know, because I want the kids to see me what I do, and they can do something better every day instead of all the other stuff, you know, that don't really matter.
Yes, sir.
They can make a difference.
Now, we're going to go to another commercial break, wrap
Okay.
this up, and then we're going to jump on everything and make this happen. We appreciate you taking out your time because it's election day, and we got a lot of work to do. So we appreciate you taking out the time and just even sharing this journey of celebrating 200 years of the City of McDonough. Councilman Rufus Stewart, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village. You guys stay tuned. We're coming right back with part 3 of this.
At ViStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise, to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer more banking options, like better rates and no hidden fees. We also give back, donating several $1 million to hundreds of nonprofits each year. Better financial lives, stronger communities. That's our focus. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better.
There are no mistakes or regrets in this life, only the opportunity to learn and evolve. Leave your imprint on this earth. In that process, it's a responsibility and calling to aid others where possible. When you've been blessed, you should look to be a blessing. That can take the form of your time and resources. You only have one life to make a difference in others, so why not show up and be great? But not for the sake of yourself, but for a generation of onlookers who are looking to see what's possible. Being a State Farm good neighbor in the community is a privilege that I don't take for granted. My name is Sherry DeVos Denard, and my office is located in the industrial side of McDonough, Georgia. We service all of Georgia and neighboring states Alabama and South Carolina. You can reach us today for all of your auto, home, life, and small business needs at 678-782-3005 or online at sddinsurance.com and on all social media platforms. We look forward to earning your business.
Game Changers Media Network, Game Changers Magazine, Voices of the Village, Councilman Rufus Stewart, City of McDonough. Wrapping it up, celebrating 200 years, bicentennial year, City of McDonough.
Okay.
Reflection forward. What does it look like?
It looked good. It looked good. And on my mind, I'm thinking about a song that I sing all the time. Lord, I thank you for my journey. And this has been a journey for me. And as we celebrate these 200 years in the city of McDonough, it has been a journey, and I've been part of that, you know, a little bit of that 200 years. And my thing come from that you know, when we come to city council, 1989, and I just seen a lot that I wanted to do, and a lot that I'm still doing to make a difference in McDonough. Because we as McDonough, I would tell our young people now, it's not where you come from, where you came from. It's where you're headed to.
Is where you're headed.
Well, it's where you headed to.
Now, when it comes, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, okay, it's where you're headed to.
Okay.
Because I never thought or think of whatever 34 years ago that I'd be sitting with this council. Didn't never think about that, because I'm gonna tell you what I did have in my classroom.
Okay.
I had a teacher by the name of Miss Dedrick.
Okay.
And Miss J. Cone. And one day in the classroom, and I do my homework, and I heard get the homework done, you know, and I put it on a desk. And so one morning, you know, it was on the desk, and I sat in the back. And she said, today is a different day.
Wow.
She said, Rufus. She called my name, Rufus.
Okay.
Today, you're going to take that paper, and you're going to respond to what you had written and stuff, your homework. And I said, Miss Coleman, I can't do that.
Okay.
Because they're going to laugh at me, because I'm going to start stuttering.
Okay.
And when I start stuttering, they're going to laugh at me. And then she said, okay. She said, but today, they might laugh at you. But what about tomorrow?
Wow.
What about tomorrow? I said, what you mean by tomorrow? I'm going to do it again tomorrow? And she said, what about tomorrow? And she was talking about now. Look at me now.
Wow.
You know, and all that stuttering and all that laughing, you know, I could have laughed back.
Right.
Today I could laugh at them, but I don't do that.
Right.
You see, and we just celebrated on Saturday night 52 years of graduation at the Henry County Senior High School.
Okay.
And I was sitting there Saturday night at Pier Green, down at Pier Greens, and I was just sitting there relaxed, I can relax, you know. And the class president, they still living. We had two presidents of our class. We had two co-presidents. We had a white president. His name was Mackie Elroy. We had a black president. His name is Dr. Robert Crawford. And we laugh about that today. And Robert and I, coming up, he was there. We laugh at each other. We saw the platform. We said, well, you're going to be the preacher, and I'm going to be the politician. He was saying, I'm going to be the preacher. And, you know, but it reversed itself. So he's a preacher now, and I'm the politician. You know, and we laugh about it because he was the principal of you probably know where the Columbus Drive High School.
Yes, sir.
He used to be the principal there.
Oh, wow.
And so Robert, he still come to McDonough every now and then. He let folk know that we had to challenge him.
Okay.
Because he and I you carry him to college. You carry him to college back and forth every Sunday. And he made it. And we all made it, you know. But that's where I came from.
Wow, wow.
People like that really what the word is, invested in me.
Okay.
Okay. Even though 34 years, guess what?
Yeah.
I've been superintendent of Sunday school at Shallow Baptist Church for about 35 years.
Right.
You know, because every time Reverend Lee, my pastor, used to be, because I tried to resign one time when he wasn't there. You know, he came back that Sunday, you know, he stands so boldly, you know. He said, now when I get ready for you to step down as superintendent, I'll let you know.
Wow.
But I guess he still didn't let me know because I'm still superintendent.
You still
but it's going to be up to me again to say when it's over with. You know, but with that said, I don't take the position lightly because I'm always reaching back to make sure others prepared. Like when I go to a conference, which I'm going to this week, Sunday, it's a National Baptist conference. It'll be held in Atlanta, and I'll take forward that from Thursday to Friday to Wednesday, and then Wednesday we'll take another journey with the city, the National Leader Cities. So that's conference too. So when I go places, I go to learn, or either to carry something for others to learn, to make their city better, or make their county better and bring it back to make our own too. That's what I do.
That's awesome.
And I've been through Mayor Copen.
Okay.
We made a difference. And Richard Craig.
Okay.
We made a difference. Now, Sister Mayor Sandra Vincent, she bring it to another level.
Yes, sir.
And we are making a difference. What I like about the Mayor Vincent, she give you an opportunity to thrive, to do something together. You know, we work together.
Wow.
I always said I hadn't did it this year, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Every year, it's the first year what we used to do. We join hands.
Okay.
And we come together, and I tell them, Rachel, raise your hands. Teamwork.
Okay.
That's the only way you get it done, by teamwork.
Teamwork.
Because see, football player, basketball players, whatever players, soccer, you got to do it as a team.
That's right.
Because you win when you win as a team. And that way, city council, same way. When we do stuff here, we're doing it for our city.
Okay.
And when we do it as a teamwork. It's not I do it, it's we do it together. And that's where I thrive, that's where I survived those 35 years.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Make the work.
There you go.
Man, I want to go back and you talked about Reverend Lee, one of the pillars of
the community.
this community. I just want to go back before we wrap this up because Reverend Lee, from what Councilwoman Cam Varner told me, he was one of those who actually marched in through the city of Blacksville as a
oh yeah
civil rights time.
Right.
What did that mean to you in partnership with Reverend Lee?
And what Reverend Lee we marched not only downtown McDonough, but we marched to the community downtown on Simpson Street and to Washington Street and all the other streets, Phillip Drive. We marched and we don't watch early in the morning to make people know that we are trying to make a difference. And that was Reverend Lee did. He did not only did he preach on Sunday, but he was a community man, totally, and I learned a lot from him. He the first one that gave me the opportunity to be the superintendent of Sunday school, teaching everything else. Because when I took over superintendent of Sunday school at Shiloh, he had about 15 people, but now you maybe have 100 in Sunday school, and that's a plus. When Reverend Lee left Shiloh, he left with a legacy there. I mean, he left good stuff there, Because see, when you look at him from the red church all the way to the new church, the Life Center, and he was involved with a lot of young people to make sure that basketball or whatever made a difference in McDonough, But he'll pull you to the side now. He wasn't no joke.
He wasn't no joke.
Well, he don't want anything. He don't want no mess.
Okay.
But because that lady I told you about, Miss J. Cone,
yes, sir.
that was his aunt. And say they weren't about no jokes. They made sure you learn, and I appreciate that.
Okay.
McNeil and sometimes I go over to school there and I walk the hallways. I walk in memory lanes, and I walk there. Cause one day, Mr. Eddie Thomas, you remember him? It was Eddie Thomas. We was changing classes, and I just want to do right that day. And he told me we to walk. Now they go to school, they go from class to class. But we would down one way all the way around to your classroom. You don't cross over. You had to go around the circle, do it. And I didn't want to do that one day.
Right.
They took me in that little room. When I came out of that room, I was great.
Wow.
Cause they're the pattern. That did me a lot of good though.
Okay.
That did me a lot of good. Sure did.
Awesome.
And so that's where it is today. And I love to see our young people, just taking the opportunity to look at where we come from and what we did and stuff.
Right.
But we got to tell them, because see, put your guns down and put them pencils up.
Yes, sir.
And open the books.
Yes, sir.
And you learn something.
And
every day I get up in my life, I always say, if I could help somebody,
right,
as I travel a long life journey, then, only then, my living shall not be in vain. And that's what I do every day. I try to reach and catch one and pull them forward. That's what I do. That was Ham had to do. Reaching back to those that didn't make it, reaching back for those that don't have, reaching back that those that didn't learn, and bring them forward.
Game Changers Media Network, Game Changers Magazine, Voices of the Village, Councilman Rufus Stewart, City of McDonough, celebrating 200 years, bicentennial year reflection forward. We thank you. for tuning in, and we thank you, Councilman Stewart, for taking the time.
For justice and peace and equality.